Okay. Is it visible, everyone? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you see the first slide with the topic parts of speech?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so today we will do a bit of grammar. I'll keep this session as simple as possible because I would like to talk about something that will help you understand English. And it's two things. Number one are parts of speech. What are the parts of speech and how do you use them? And the second one is called syntax, which is a very complicated word for word orders, but syntax is nothing but the arrangement of words in a sentence. Okay, so like where do you put words in a sentence? In some languages what happens, they have different word orders. Some languages it doesn't really matter, but what my job today is, it's to show you where the words go and what do they basically mean in the parts of speech. Okay. Okay, so now if you are new to English or even if you are an intermediate student, sometimes this cause you problems. And yeah, we all have experienced it, or you might be experiencing it. So you have heard the terms preposition, determiner, syntax, and you were like, oh, it is also complicated. So you can go over this again and again, and it will help you understand and use English in a better way. Again, so I'm going to start off with the most basic parts of speech. So parts of speech, there are total 8 parts of speech. First is noun, second one is pronoun, third one is adjective, fourth one is verb, fifth is adverb, sixth is preposition, seventh is conjunction, and eighth is interjection. I hope you all have heard about it. You don't know, but you all use them in your normal conversations, day-to-day conversations. But it is not easy to people who are not familiar with it. It is a bit difficult to identify them. So what we are going to learn is we're going to learn how to identify these. What are these stands for? What are these? What's the part of speech? We are going to focus on that. So today we'll be going through noun, pronoun, and adjective mainly. Uh, I want to start with the things part now. Okay, things, not action, but things. Okay, I am a person. Look, students, what I want to ask you all is that I have kept the words in the slides very limited. So I want you all to take your pencil and notebook and start noting it down. Okay, whatever I am saying, whatever I am conveying, please make notes of it. Okay, that will be more helpful instead of taking these screenshots. All right. Okay. So what I was saying that we are focusing on things part, things. Okay, not action, but things. So I am a person. I am a person, but my watch is supposedly you're wearing a watch. So your watch is a thing. Okay. So an animal or a food like a cat or a dog or an apple, these are the things. Okay, so we call these things nouns because nouns name things. Okay, so what's the definition of noun? A word used to identify any of a class of people, place, or things, or to name particular one, but or to name a particular one of these. Okay, a noun is a part of speech that names a person, a place, a thing, an animal, a food, or a quality. I hope I'm clear with this. So, okay, we have seen how to name a people like, hi, I am Atksha, or hi, I am Sanvi. Anyone? So place. place is Nagpur, India. Any example you can take? Things, in things, what can come? My watch, my car, etc. Then animals may, what all can come? A cat, a dog, you guys know animals. Okay. Food, an apple, an orange, anything. Okay, so these are the nouns. These were the example of the nouns. Nouns, what do nouns do? Nouns name these things. Okay, but sometimes you don't want to keep using the same noun again and again. Okay, for example, I'll say a sentence here. Uh, Sanvi ate the apple and Sanvi walked her dog as Sanvi talks to her friend Pooja, and then Sanvi this and that and many more things. So how many times we have repeated Sanvi? Many times. So it gets what we call a repetitive and boring, right? And it also makes the sentence go really slow. And sometimes we want to use the noun in a different way, right? You don't want to use a sentence like this. Are you with me? Please unmute yourself. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, uh, so now what we want to do is we want to use noun in a different way. So in this case, we introduce what's called a pronoun. Okay. So pronoun, what pronoun do is pronoun can replace nouns in a sentence. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Okay, I'll repeat again. What pronoun do is pronoun replaces the noun. Okay, so now you would say something like this. Just listen this sentence and try to compare this sentence with the sentence we used previously. Sanvi ate the apple and she walked her dog. So instead of saying Sanvi ate the apple and Sanvi walked her dog, what we did? Sanvi ate the apple and she walked her dog. Okay. So we can use a pronoun to replace it and make it simpler. Okay. So examples, what are the examples of pronoun? He, she, it, they, someone, who, etc. Okay. These are the examples of pronouns. Pronouns can do all of the things that a noun can do. They can be subjects, direct objects, indirect objects, objects in the preposition, and many more. Okay, we'll look into that. Before that, we still know we were talking about Sanvi. Okay, no doubt we replaced it with she, but we know that we're talking about Sanvi. So now, we talked about word order or syntax. Syntax is nothing but word order. Okay, so let me explain this. In order to use a pronoun, first you must use the noun. You introduce the noun and then you can replace it with a pronoun. Okay, you cannot just start with a pronoun. You cannot do that. Okay, like for example, if I start a sentence at the beginning saying, she went to the store, the very first thing you will say to me is, who's she? Right? You will ask me, who is she? So then I will go, oh, Sanvi went to the store and she bought the apples there. Then you will go, oh, now I know who she is. So first we have to use noun and then we have to replace the repetitive noun with a pronoun. Okay. So pronoun is kind of number two because you have to actually introduce first with a noun. Then you can replace it with a pronoun. I hope I'm clear. So now we have several types of pronouns. There are many types of pronouns. Okay. So there are subjective pronouns, there are direct objective pronouns, there are indirect objective pronouns, reflexive pronouns, and many more. But we'll focus on subjective and objective more over here. Okay. So I'm just going to go over and show you a couple of them so you get an idea. Uh, Pronoun includes I, we, like I means literal I, this I. Okay, so this is a subject pronoun. Please pardon my handwriting. We. Okay, so I, we are the subject pronoun. Okay, the object pronouns when we are talking about something that's not us but something on the other side that receives the action as subject pronoun I. Okay, I missed it. Okay, subject pronoun, I do it. Okay, so object, what are object pronouns? Object pronouns are the one who's at the receiving side. I'll repeat again. Subject pronouns, when we are talking about something that's not us, but something on the other side that receives the actions as the subject pronouns, I do things. Okay, I is a subjective pronoun. So, I run, we ate dinner. These are the examples of subject pronouns. Okay, now when we say them, we were talking to them, for example. So you will say, uh, what's them? Okay, well, they are receiving it, and we call those who are receiving the things object pronouns. I hope I'm clear with object pronouns and subject pronouns. So the most basic ones are the subject and object pronouns, as I have told you. One is doing something and one is receiving. Then there are reflexive pronouns like herself or himself. Uh, so these are the reflexive pronouns where somebody is talking about themselves. For example, I'll give you, I built the house myself, or he built the house himself. Okay, so what is happening here in this sentence? He is talking about himself as an object, but reflecting it back to himself. Am I clear here? Am I going too fast?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay. So, so we call it a reflexive pronoun, like he built the house himself. There are others, but I'm not going to get into them right now because I want to keep this simple just so you know what are the parts of speech. Okay, cool. So we talked about how pronoun can replace noun, and I hope you're good with that. Okay, and then we saw the few types of pronouns. Okay, so let's go to stage three. So stage number three is adjective. Once you have replaced them, how do you know the difference between them? Okay, so like if you have replaced a noun with a pronoun, like you should be aware how to differentiate them. Like like I'll give you an example, apple, apple. So I don't know how to like identify them or how to replace them, how to differentiate them between a noun and pronoun. So that's when we have adjectives. Adjectives, the word itself can be broken into two parts. Here, as you can see, add, and over here, adjective. Jet, not adjective, jet. Okay. So let's start with the definition first. Adjectives are words that describe or modify other words. making your writing and speaking much more specific and a whole lot more interesting. Okay, I'll give you an example how. So, words like small, blue, sharp are descriptive and they are all examples of adjective. Uh, Now, remember, before going into detail with that adjective, we have see we I have told you that we can break adjective into two parts, that is add and jet. Do you remember when I said subject and object, and I gave you the example over here, subject and object. Okay, so I said, for instance, I this I is a subject pronoun, right? And I said them is an object pronoun. You will notice that ject is in both the parts, over here in subject and in object. When you look at an adjective, add means to put on you, like to put on, like you add, like 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, and so on. So you add, you keep on adding likewise. So an adjective you add to a pronoun or a noun to describe them. So I'll repeat it again, you add an adjective to a noun or a pronoun to describe them. Okay, so if you look here, check, adjective describes a noun or pronoun. Okay, it describes a noun or a pronoun. Now remember, we talked about syntax. I hope you all remember about it. So, well, syntax, it's nothing but word order. Now we are going to talk about the word order or the adjective order. Before that, I hope you got how we are describing or modifying other words using adjective. Here there are examples like small, blue, sharp. You can say sharp knife. So knife is a noun. We have used sharp to make it more interesting, or to we have modified it. Okay, we have given the depth to it. You can say blue sea or blue ocean. We know ocean. Okay, so we have given the depth to it by adding an adjective as blue. You can say small house. Okay, so again you have added an adjective to give the depth or to make your writing more interesting or descriptive. Okay, so adjective order is really, really important here if you want to sound like a native speaker. But where would you find an adjective? Well, in some places it's reversed. Okay. If you speak Spanish, I'll give you just an example to explain you like different native speakers slang. So, for instance, you would say in Spanish, ghetto negro. Okay. Which in English it translates as cat's black. Cat's black. Okay. But for me, or for people who speak English like you guys, it doesn't make much sense, right? Because how we say it, we say black cat, right? If we see a cat of black color, we'll simply say black cat. We'll not say cat is black. Okay. Like we say black cat, there is a black cat, right? So this is an order. It's not wrong, it's not right. I'm not saying that, but what we use is we use British English. We Indians use British English. So in that, this is the order of the adjectives, and we have to follow a like certain order. Okay, if we'll not follow it, then your sentences will become chaotic or hard to understand. I'll explain you how with an example, like in a later part. Okay, so you might hear native speakers using different order, but this is the generally order that we use. So word order can vary depending on the language you speak. we usually put adjective before pronouns and nouns so we can describe them. As I have given you the examples over here: sharp, blue, small, adjective before noun or pronoun like knife, ocean, sea, house, any. Okay, you can make any sentence. Okay, we have loads of words in English language. Okay, so in 2 seconds, I'm going to give you some ways in which we describe things, and we have a word order for that. Okay. And I'll have to explain something on that. So, where will you find an adjective before noun or pronoun? They will help you describe your subjects or objects, the things that are doing something. So now we have 8 types of adjectives, okay, or the order. And we have, like, this is the special order we put it in. If you change it, it can really get confusing. Okay, so try to follow this order. This will make your sentences go very easy and very conveying. Okay, because language is nothing but you should be able to convey your message to the another person, third person, right? So you have to keep it simple and understandable. Okay, so follow these orders. So what are these 8? To avoid the confusion, well, why don't we take a look? It's quite long, but it goes like this: quantity, quality, size, age, shape, color, origin, and material. Okay. So first we have quantity. Quantity, it's a number. Okay. So now, as you can see over here, I have put A over here, A. Okay. So a number, not because I said a number. I haven't put that A over there because I'm saying a number. No. But A refers to articles. Articles, we are going to talk about it in detail in the next class. Okay. Right now, we'll talk about adjective orders. So, the chair, a chair. Okay. In this case, a means or a means one. Okay. So that's why I put a number. Okay, a number. A number can be any other number like 5, 10, 1,000, 1 billion, or a billion. Okay, a billion and 1 billion. Okay, so I hope it's clear over here. So this usually comes first to indicate how many things we are talking about. So this is the very first thing. So it comes at number one, like it secures number one position in the adjective orders. So five, for example, 5 chairs. Okay, we are talking about 5, so I have to look for 5 chairs. Okay, if somebody is saying, okay, bring chairs, so how many chairs? Okay, that's an example. So we should know the quantity. So that's why number comes first, 5 chairs for an example. Okay, if you'll go chair yellow or 5 over here, chair, then yellow, then 5, a number. So you will get really confused, like what the person is talking about. Chair yellow 5, then you will go like, is that a name or what it is? Yellow 5? Okay, you will be confused. So to avoid that confusion, we'll start off with the number in the very first place. The next thing we talk about is quality. Okay, so quality, is it good? Is it bad? Is it average? It is exceptional? Is it extraordinary? Right? Or is it insignificant? So that's a big word for meaning, not important. insignificant. Okay, so that's how we describe the quality. So we go from quantity to quality. Okay, then we talk about the size of it. Okay, so is it big? Is it small? Is it average size? What it is? Size. Okay, over here, after quality, we should know the detail of the like size of the things that we're talking about. So, for example, there were five big cats. Okay, so there were five big cats. Five number, big size. We are following the order. Okay, and then the noun. Five big cats. Quantity, adjective, size, adjective, and then a noun. Okay, so five big or a small, so it depends. It comes under this size thing. Okay, so then we'll go to age. Okay, is it ancient? Is it a vintage? Is it new? Is it old? What is it? Okay, so that comes under the category of age. Okay, so ancient means it should be at least 100 years old. Okay, whereas vintage means it should be at least 2 eras old. Okay, so 10 years compiles to be one era. Okay, so if you're talking about vintage, it should be at least 2 eras old. Whereas if you talk about ancient, it should be at least 1 century old. So 1 century is nothing but 100 years. Okay, so this comes under the category of age, new, old, etc. Okay, you can say, you can describe it in any way, young, or it depends on your comfort. Okay, the only thing is, what I would suggest is, don't stop. Okay, if you are speaking, don't stop to search for the word, because I know what we do is we stop and we start thinking, like if we are talking and if we want to make a conversation more impressible, so what we do is we stop talking and then we start looking for a word. We start searching for a better word, like, because we think that if we'll put that word in this conversation, then our conversation will go to a next level. But if you will get stuck over there, then your conversation, instead of enhancing it, you will ruin it. Okay, so whatever you feel comfortable speaking in, please go with that word only. Okay, keep practicing it, so it will like come, like if it comes in your routine, then you will get comforted with it, then you can use it like fluently. Okay, without looking for it or without searching for a word in your subconscious mind. All right, so moving on to the shape. Okay, so is it a round? Is it square, a triangle, hexagon, pentagon, any, or what shape? What's the shape of it? Okay, we have to talk about the shape of it. If you are describing it, then this is also an important point that you have to mention, okay, while explaining to others. So shape can be any shape. Okay, it can be oblong as well. I hope you have heard about it. I don't feel like explaining it because I hope that you all know it. But still, it's long and it's kind of circular shape. So oblong. Okay. So okay, you can describe the shape however you want. Okay, depending on the conversation that you're having with the another person. Okay, so after shape, you have to describe the color. Okay, so what color is it? Okay, then it can be yellow, blue, black, green, orange. You know the colors, right? So you can use anything, whatever is your preference. Okay, like you have to be the color has to be relatable. Okay, you can't just ask, okay, buy me 2 kgs of uh, black lady finger. Okay, you can't say that because lady fingers are not black. You have to mention whether you want dark green, bottle green, normal green. Okay, so be relatable. I hope you all are with me. Okay, so moving on. What's the color? You I hope you know now how to describe it or how to convey it. Then we come to origin, which takes the seventh position. So origin is nothing but where did it come from. Okay, so where, the place, the origin of it. Okay, so it can be anywhere. Was it made in Italy? Was it made in China, or was it made in India? Okay, so the origin is very important if you want to be very particular. Okay, if you're very peculiar, then you will describe, okay, I want this thing from this particular place. Okay, so it can be anywhere, not just countries that you can talk about. You can talk about areas, small, any place you can talk about. Okay, for example, I hope you all are from Nagpur, so we'll take an example of Nagpur itself. So you can say, okay, fine, uh, I want to buy a dress like from origin, what we can say is Birdie. I hope everybody knows Birdie. Okay, so origin. Okay, it's a place. It can be anything, anywhere. Okay, not you don't have to go to Italy or China only. It can be any place. So if we are done with origin, if you have given the proper instruction, okay, I want this thing from this particular place, so we are done with origin. Lastly, you have to describe it with the material. Okay, I have given the example over here as wood material. What is the material? uh, is it cotton, or like for example, I'm wearing a bracelet, it is made of beads. So glasses, beads, I hope all everybody knows what beads are. So is it made of glass? Like if you all must be wearing watches, so is it made of metal? So what is it made of? Okay, so this is the material. These are the materials. Okay, this is the order that we follow when we describe things. We are done with quantity, quality, then size, then age, shape, color, origin, and material. I'm again saying this order is very important to be very, very clear. Okay. Then I have an example that I have written it down so that like you can get a better understanding of it. So we are going to talk about it to show you exactly what I mean by all these things, by all these 8 things. So supposedly, anybody can unmute yourself and give me a name. Anyone?
Pralay Misham.
Pralay. Okay, all right. So, Mr. Pralay, okay, only Pralay and I went to buy some couches. Okay, so Pralay and I went to buy some couches, and Pralay was very specific on the kind of couch that he wanted. So what he did, he gave me a list. And from that list, I was able to get him exactly what he wanted. And how was I able to do that? Well, I followed the word order chart. This chart I followed, and I knew what exactly I should buy for Pralay. Okay. So how? Let's go and take a look what Pralay want or what Pralay wanted. What did he ask me to buy? Okay, so Pralay wanted some couches, and I said to him, what I said to him, hey, hi Pralay, I got your couches I bought five nice, big, old, long, blue Italian leather couch or couches. Okay, over here. Why couches? Because it's plural. We have bought five couches. So I bought five nice, big, old, long, blue Italian leather couches. Big sentence, but I hope it is very clear. I bought five big, long, like big, old, long. What's the color of the couch? Blue, origin, Italian, leather couches. Okay, so what all things we covered here? We covered the quantity, okay, then the quality, good, bad, nice, whatever. So we've got nice couch over here, then the size, big, okay, we are going likewise. Quality, done. Quantity, done. Then size, done. Then age, old. It's done. Okay. Then shape. What shape is it? It's long. Okay. So, okay. So, after that, what we have? We have shape. We are done with shape. Then we have color. So, color is blue. And then origin. So, where is it from? It's from Italy, or it is an Italian couch. And lastly, we have material. Okay, so what material is it? It's leather. Okay, so what I bought five nice, big, old, long, blue Italian leather couches for Pralay. Okay, so if I'm giving him this clearly, the thing that he requires, so, and from that list, like, uh, I've bought these things for Pralay. So what Pralay will say? What Pralay? What will you say? Fantastic, right? Because if you had like if I had bought, suppose just try to listen, okay? If I might have bought nice, then old, then big, then long, then five, then blue, then leather, then Italian couches. So this wouldn't have made sense. Okay. So if I would have bought that, you would be like, you would be confused, right? You would be confused and you will return it. Pralay will not even accept it because he will not even understand that what exactly I bought, right? I bought long, big, five nice leather Italian blue couches. So he'll be like, okay, what did she just bought? I don't even want it, and he'll return it. So I said, no, Pralay, because I know how we are supposed to order adjectives in English. This order, I followed your instructions by following the word orders, these eight prepositions, these eight position orders, and I made sure I put the adjectives before the noun. Okay, so these are my, from here to here, these are my adjectives. I have put adjectives before the noun. My couch is noun. Okay, so by learning noun, pronoun, and adjectives, I was able to buy what Mr. Pralay wanted exactly. Okay, and I was able to convey what I bought very clearly. So Pralay accepted it and he didn't return it, right? So we saved the day. No, not we, adjective orders saved our day. So, uh, So we get the exact right thing what we wanted or what Pralay wanted. I've explained you with an example what I was talking about, how these eight order works, okay, and why do we have to follow these orders? Because we use British English, so we follow these orders. These are very simple, and if you'll put it in the same order, it won't get confusing. It will be very clear. Okay, now if you will read any in your paper, if you will read any paragraph or any sentence, if you see these things, then you will be able to identify very easily that what the noun is, where the noun is, and what the adjectives are, or what the pronouns are. Okay, so now I hope you all got the clear picture of noun, pronoun, and adjective. So this is the order that we use to list the adjectives before a noun. But my top tip is we don't tend to list more than three. Okay, so here we have eight. We will not use, like, you can, you might, I have used all eight over here. You might, you can, or you can see people using all eight in a sentence. But my top tip is don't tend to use more than three listed options. Okay, go with three. At most it will be more than enough. Okay, so use this order, pick three of them and put it before a noun. For example, I could say I bought two burgundy silk kurtas. I bought two burgundy color silk material kurtas. Okay, a noun, a short and a very precise sentence. Are you all with me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So I hope you all understood what I was trying to convey with this. Uh, Now I'll give you one quick revision and then we'll go with the question and answer session. So there are total eight parts of speech. What are the eight parts of speech? Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Okay, so these are the eight parts of speech. What all we learned today? Noun over here, then pronoun and adjective. Okay, so what a noun is? Noun is a word it used to identify any class of people. What it does, it gives the name to a person, place, thing, animal, food, anybody. Okay, it gives the name to anything. Okay, not just thing, a place, a person, an animal, food, any. Okay, so we know what noun is now. Then we know what pronoun is. Okay, what pronoun does? Pronoun replaces the noun. Okay, I've given you the example of Sanvi. I can give you an example of anybody else. Anybody want to volunteer their name? I can make a sentence and we can work on that right now. Anybody apart from Pralay? Okay, anyone? Hello.
सब सो गए शायद मैम.
What? Sorry, what's your name?
हम सब सो गए शायद.
Okay, okay, all right. Anyhow, uh, okay. So I have told you what pronoun are. So pronoun is a word uh, that takes the place of a noun. So, for example, he, she, it, they, someone, who, etc. So these are the examples of pronoun. We have types of pronoun. So we saw subjective pronoun and objective pronouns and reflexive pronouns. What are they? I have told you subjective pronoun is nothing but I, we, a subject, and objective pronoun is nothing but the person who's receiving it. Okay, so they, THEY, they are the objective pronouns. Okay, the one who's receiving the actions of the subjective or subject pronoun. Okay, then reflexive. Reflexive is nothing but when someone is talking about himself and as an object, but reflecting it back to himself. Okay, then we saw what adjectives are. So adjectives are the words that describes or modifies the other words, making the writing or speaking much more specific and a whole lot more interesting. Okay, words like, I have given you the example small house. Small is an adjective, house is an noun. So what the small is doing, it is describing it. Okay, if there's a house, so what house is it? Is it a big house, a small house? This is making it more descriptive. So these were the examples of adjectives. Then we saw the adjective order. So we have in all 8 adjective orders. First one is quantity, then quality, size, age, shape, color, origin, and material. I've given you the example. With the example, I've explained to you how this order works. I have told you, I've showed you, if you not follow this order, then how chaotic your sentence can become. So with the gate point of view, if you are reading any question, if you are reading any paragraph, then please make sure that you are identifying the adjectives very clearly, very specifically. It comes before a noun or a pronoun, and order is the same. Then I've covered almost everything. I have given you my top tip as well. So with this, now we'll go to the question and answer session. So if you all have any doubts, then please unmute yourself and ask me, or you can write your doubts in the chat box here. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
So, yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, I'm Pralay Mishra, ma'am.
Yeah, Pralay, tell me.
Ma'am, I have one doubt related to my English.
Related to what?
English speaking से related है.
English. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me.
Ma'am, I can understand what the other are saying and मतलब दूसरा
Okay.
कोई इंग्लिश बोलता है तो मेरे को समझ में आता है पर I want to I am not able to explain myself in English.
What you want to say. Yeah, that's the very basic lesson that we have to learn. And how are you going to convey what you want to am I clear, or shall I talk in Hindi?
Hindi English I can understand.
You understand, right? You are understanding
Yes.
what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Yes.
So Pralay, I have just right now I have explained you how can you explain yourself, okay, or how can you present yourself with the help of words in front of anybody. Okay, अब तुम्हें noun पता है, what are the nouns, okay, you know how to replace a noun to a pronoun. अब तुम्हें भी तुम्हारा sentence को अगर easy बनाना हो तो you will not say I am Pralay, नहीं, my like for example, if I am saying something about you, like Pralay is my student, Pralay is second year, Pralay is doing second year engineering, Pralay is a top student, Pralay is a sports player, Pralay is this. So, what is this? This is making a sentence very lengthy and very chaotic. So, if I want to convey, if I want to make my conversation very simple, I'll replace a noun with a pronoun. Okay, तो जब भी तुम्हें बात करना है, ये बहुत ही बेसिक है, स्टार्टिंग है, तुम्हें अगर बात करना सीखना है तो सबसे पहले तुम्हें ये सीखना पड़ेगा कि कैसे तुम्हें अपने सेंटेंसेस को प्रिसाइज करना है, प्रिसाइज टू द मार्क करना है, जो बोलना है सब उतना ही बोलना है, बाकी बहुत सारी चीजें अगर बोलोगे तो तुम अपने शब्दों में यू विल गेट लॉस्ट. ओके, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग दैट, और फिर पूरा सेंटेंस का मीनिंग चेंज हो जाता है, बहुत बारी नहीं समझा पाते हैं, तो वर्ड्स को बहुत ही लिमिटेड रखो, बहुत स्पेसिफिक रखो, तो तुम्हारा कॉन्वर्जेशन बहुत ही लाइक बेटर हो जाएगा. तो हमने नाउन कैसे यूज करना है फॉर स्टार्टिंग ये पढ़ा, प्रोनाउन को, हमें नाउन को कैसे रिप्लेस करना है विद प्रोनाउन. अभी अगर तुम्हें कुछ भी बोलना है कि अभी तुम्हें फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू आर इन फाइनल ईयर तो तुम्हारे 7 मार्कशीट्स हैं. ओके, तो 7 is a number. Okay, it comes under adjective. So you know how to use your adjective, right? So you can use your adjective now. I hope you'll practice it, whatever I have told you. Practice making sentences with the help of this ऑर्डर. ओके, इसी ऑर्डर से तुम सेंटेंसेस बनाने की कोशिश करो. पढ़ो, जब तुम पढ़ोगे तो वहां पर अगर तुम्हें ये ऑर्डर दिख रहा है, एट दैट टाइम यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई, यू कैन रिलेट कि हाँ मैम ने यही पढ़ाया था और देखो यहाँ पे यही है. सो दैट विल स्टे इन योर हेड फॉर लॉन्गर टाइम. दैट इज हाउ
ओके
यू लर्न.
ओके।
ओके, एनीबडी एल्स? किसी और को कोई डाउट है इंग्लिश से रिलेटेड कुछ भी? You can
मैम
unmute your, yeah.
मैम और जैसे कोई इंग्लिश में कंटिन्यू बात कर रहा हो तो
हाँ.
सबसे पहले तो हमें उसको समझना पड़ेगा कि व्हाट दे आर सेइंग एंड देन वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट एंड देन वी कैन रिप्लाई इट।
Yeah, obviously.
तो मैम जैसे कंटिन्यू में बात कर रहा हो तो कुछ वर्ड्स तो समझ जाएंगे, फिर कुछ वर्ड्स उससे लिंक करते करते ही हम भूल जाते हैं, तो उसमें कैसा कर सकते हैं?
हाँ, तो उसी के लिए, उसी को स्ट्रांग बनाती है तुम्हारी रीडिंग प्रैक्टिस. जब तुम पढ़ोगे तो पढ़ते पढ़ते हमें बहुत सारे नए वर्ड्स मिलते हैं. अब तुम्हें पढ़ोगे मतलब पढ़ना कहाँ पड़ेगा, तो तुम अब तुम्हारी एकेडमिक्स की बुक तो पढ़ते ही हो. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट यू कैन रीड नॉवेल्स, यू कैन रीड इंग्लिश न्यूज़पेपर्स, यू कैन रीड मैगजीन्स. ओके, जनरली पढ़ो. बहुत जरूरी नहीं अपने पढ़ाई से ही रिलेटेड पढ़ोगे तो ही तुम्हारी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज इंप्रूव होंगी, ऐसा नहीं है. यू कैन रीड एनीथिंग, एनी आर्टिकल, एनी कंटेंट, just read. Okay, so that will enhance your vocabulary. तुम्हारी अगर vocabulary अच्छी हो रही है तो अगर सामने वाला कुछ भी बोल रहा है तो तुम्हें सारे वर्ड्स समझ आएंगे, क्योंकि सिर्फ पढ़ना ही, तुम ब्लाइंडली तो पढ़ोगे नहीं. अगर तुम पढ़ रहे हो, तुम्हें कुछ नहीं समझ आ रहा है, so you have smartphones in your hand, तुम गूगल करोगे वो वर्ड का मीनिंग एंड देन यू विल नो उस समय कि हाँ ये वर्ड का ये मीनिंग है. तो दूसरी बार अगर कभी भी इन लाइफ अगर तुम उस वर्ड से टकराते हो, कोई अगर वो वर्ड बोलता है तो तुम्हें पता रहेगा कि हाँ इसका मीनिंग तो ये है, मैंने पढ़ा था एट दैट टाइम, तो तुम्हें समझ आएगा, ठीक है, कि वो क्या बोल रहा है. तो अगर कोई बहुत फटाफट भी इंग्लिश में बात करे, गो विथ योर पेस, स्लोली, बट तुम अपनी भी यहाँ पे बैक एंड में प्रैक्टिस करो. सो इट्स लाइक टू वे प्रोसेस.
ओके, थैंक यू।
या. Okay, anybody else? Do you have any doubt? Anyone related to this? Okay, so tomorrow we'll see what are the other parts of speech, and I hope I'll see you all there then. Just a second.
थैंक यू।
Just a second. Okay, I hope everything is clear now. All right. Okay, we'll end the session now. Thank you, everyone.
थैंक यू मैम।
Yeah, have a good day and practice your English language.
यस मैम।
Yeah.